Hello everybody, this is going to be a tutorial on how to apply my one algorithm Skewb method to the Skewb Ultimate. In order to understand and be able to follow this tutorial, you must know how to solve the Skewb using my method. If you have not seen the video on how to, or you do not know how to yet, please click the annotation on the Skewb now, or click on the link in the annotation below this video. So basically the Skewb Ultimate follows the exact same principle as the Skewb when you solve it. You choose one center to start on, in this case which has 4 colors. Then you build the 4 corners around it. Then you build the 5 centers in their correct spot. Then you put the 4 corners in their correct spot and orient them correctly. However, there is one 4th step that you may have to perform on the Skewb Ultimate. Since the centers can be rotated 180 degrees, you will have to apply my algorithm multiple times in order to rotate them and still keep the corners the same. But I will go into that later. First, let's do an example solve walking through my method on the Skewb Ultimate just so you can see how to apply the first 3 steps to this puzzle. Okay, now that our Skewb is scrambled, we choose one center to start on. I'm going to choose this one just because it ended up on front. It has orange and blue on the big sides, and it has lavender and chrome on the small sides. So now we want to build the 4 corners around it, just like we would the Skewb. So first I'm going to look for a piece with orange on it, and either one of these 2 colors. This piece right here has fluorescent orange on it. It also has this color. So we can just swing it down, and we have the first corner. Next, we can move this corner into the correct spot because it has orange on it. Since orange is on the front side, we can rotate it around here, bring it down into place, and then bring the first one back. And now we have 2 corners. Now we want to do the 2 with blue on them. This one goes down here. When you bring it down, it's not going to match. So you have to rotate around and then bring it down. Now this one is already in the correct spot, but it's not rotated correctly. Since blue is on the right side, you want to bring it to the left, rotate around the corner, and bring it back down, and then bring this one back. And now you have put the first 4 corners around the centerpiece. Now you want to go on to the second step and start putting the centerpieces into their correct spot. As you can see, the one on top has green and red on it, and now we need to find which of these 4 spots it goes into. Not this one, because it doesn't have blue on it. Not this one, because it doesn't have chrome. Not this one, because it doesn't have orange. And not this one, because it doesn't have lavender. Which means that this piece is already in the correct spot. So what you do is you just choose any random angle and perform the algorithm once. R prime L, R, L prime. And now you reassess your case. This one has purple and white, and then blue and red. Not here. Here. Blue needs to go here, and blue is on the left side. So you do the normal algorithm. R prime L, R, L prime. Now the corner's in the correct spot. Moving back to this one has orange on the side here. But since orange is on the right side this time, and not on the left, instead of doing R prime and putting it in incorrectly, you can do a mirror of the algorithm that I taught you in the Skewb tutorial, and have it put in correctly. You do L, R prime, L prime, R. And now the right color will go down rather than the left. Now, we want to put this piece in the correct spot. This one's in the correct spot already. So is this one, and so is this one. So our centers are done. Now we move on to these 4 corners. If you can imagine these 2 colors as being the same piece on the top of the Skewb, then you must make sure that one of these 2 colors gets onto the top of all of these 4 corners. As you can see, neither of these 2 colors are on the top of any of them, which means we have the 3rd case, where none of them are oriented correctly. Green is a top color, green is a top color. Red and red. Since 2 top colors are on the left here, we hold it like this, so the 2 colors are here, and the 2 colors are here, and now we perform my algorithm twice. R prime L, R L prime, R prime L, R L prime, and now all of the corners are in their correct spot and oriented correctly. Now this is the added step onto the Skewb Ultimate, which is rotating centerpieces so that they're correct. As you can see, 2 of them are incorrect, and 4 of them are correct. You can get multiples of 2 on this puzzle of being incorrect, meaning you can either have none incorrect, 2 incorrect, 4 incorrect, or even sometimes all 6 of them incorrect. What you want to do is reduce it to a case where you have 4 of them on the up, front, right, and left incorrect. By cycling through my algorithm 6 times, you go through all 3 different cycles of these corners and bring them back to where they are, while flipping this center, this center, this center, and this center 180 degrees. If you were to perform it from this angle, these 2 would solve, and these 2 would become unsolved, which does absolutely nothing in terms of solving. So what you want to do, hold 1 unsolved on the bottom, and 1 on the right. And then, when you perform the algorithm, if you can imagine it, these 3 will be unsolved, this one will be solved, and this one will still be unsolved. So these 4 will be unsolved, then we can rotate it and do the algorithms again. So, do my algorithm 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now as you can see, all the corners are back in their correct spot and oriented properly. This one was solved, and now we have 4 more that are unsolved. And since they are on up, front, right, and left, we can go ahead and do my algorithm 6 more times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6. Now as you can see, the Skewb ultimate is solved. If you run into a case where the 4 E layer centers are all 180, then just put it so it's like this, meaning 2 of them will be rotated, and the 2 that are solved will be rotated as well, and then you'll end up with these 2, as well as these 2, and you can perform it again. I hope you understood this tutorial, and if you did not, please go back and rewatch my Skewb tutorial, which is linked to in an annotation here, or in the description below this video. If you want to learn how to apply this method to Tony Fisher's Golden Cube or the Polymorphix, please click the annotations or the links in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope you could follow this tutorial.